Big Island. For once I was speechless. Instead of lush Hawaiian vegetation, black hardened lava greeted us outside Kona International Airport. Resemblance to Death Valley National Park, in particular the Ubehebe crater area, was undeniable. But what else could we expect from the Big Island of Hawaii, home to the world's largest active volcano? Behind the black blankets that tightly covers up most of the western side, the Big Island brims with coffee and macadamia orchards. Roaring waterfalls that plunge from colossal cliffs all year round. And a spectacular coastline with abundant marine life and pristine beaches. The latter are mostly black, the aftermath of previous volcano eruptions. With such natural diversity and not lastly the size of the area, one Big Island itinerary can drastically differ from the other. You can dash through the center of the island and get from Kailua, Kona to Hilo, two largest cities, in about an hour. For those who long to see different facets of the Big Island of Hawaii, a Grand Circle trip is the best place to start. Considering our rather non-traditional approach to travel, we opted for the latter. A self-guided grand circle to explore Big Island's many historic sites and less visited landmarks.
In your deep blue eyes, the day has begun. You spin around, you laugh to yourself. And I see you shine in every color, resting your head in my arms. You sing la 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 la. My God, I think I might be in love. Get rid of all your sorrows in this summer city. You'll never feel alone as long as you're.
Agricultural at its core, the Big Island of Hawaii is home to hundreds of coffee farms.
What we want and leave the green stuff on the tree to ripen so we can go back and pick it later. And that harvest season really kicks off in August, usually lasts through like March or April.
The majority of them are located in the Kona district.
Generally, farms in the belt are going to be a little smaller, like on average 2 to 5 acre farms. But we do buy cherry from about 200 of these other farms here.
By the wheel of fate, as it was very close to the place where we were at that moment, we stopped at Greenwell Farms.
Spicy, Papa. It's not spicy.
You can detect some flavor, right?
Pretty cool, huh? So this is real. By sitting in that warehouse for 2 months, the moisture level inside of that bag is going to evenly distribute or level out in all of those beans. So it's a pretty big chunk on the timeline, but it is an important part of the process. Now after the warehouse, parchment is ready for the dry mill. That's the very last building all the way down at the left of our driveway.
Same thing with
This is vanilla.
Voted Hawaii's best farm tour for 3 consecutive years, it looked like the best place to immerse yourself into the history and culture of the world-famous Kona coffee. The excursion ends with complimentary coffee samplings that we couldn't resist.
Dylan, put it back.
I want to get this.
About Captain Cook.
What did Captain Cook do?
He wrote here. He found the Hawaiian Islands, and this is the
No,
barn.
look at the... Look, grab. Dylan, grab it now. Grab, pick it now. Come on, before you go there.
Kealakekua Bay State Historical Park marked its significance in the history of the Big Island and the entire Hawaiian Islands as a place of meeting of Kamehameha, the first ruler of the Hawaiian Kingdom, and Captain James Cook. The months-long interaction would be remembered as the first prolonged cultural contact between Hawaiians and Westerners.
Mama! Come close. What's the tea?
Oh, look at him! He already made it. You're done. Come closer so it's like a big. Ay. Voila! Tiny mini one.
None of the other Hawaiian islands told and showed us as many historic landmarks and artifacts as the Big Island. Hundreds of well-preserved ancient sites dot the coastline and valleys of the area. Ancient settlements that perished due to the natural course of life or natural disasters. Postcard-perfect landmarks that still loudly announce why they were chosen as homes of Asian Hawaiians in the first place. As the first day of our self-guided grand circle of the Big Island trip was getting to an end and some unforeseen issue with obtaining the America the Beautiful pass at the entrance to Pu'uhonua o Honaunau National Historical Park, it was tempting to turn back and head farther down the west coast. Somehow we decided to stay, and it was one of the best decisions we made during this Oahu Big Island trip. Pu'uhonua o Honaunau National Historical Park looked postcard perfect. A place that you want to put on the first page of a travel guide. Nestled at Honaunau Bay in South Kona, Pu'uhonua o Honaunau unveils a part of Hawaiian culture related to taboo and kapu. Breaking kapu or sacred laws had severe consequences. Death was often imminent. The only chance for survival a lawbreaker had was to escape to Pu'uhonua, a sacred place of refuge, and perform a ceremony of absolution. Only then the outcast was able to return home. Pu'uhonua o Honaunau on the Big Island remains one of Hawaii's most sacred historic places up to this day. The 180-acre National Historical Park preserves and protects the ancient Great Wall and a sacred temple that hid the bones of 23 chiefs.
I don't know.
Oh, Papa, is it from the book that I read?
Maybe.
We had to hurry up at this point if we wanted to catch the golden hour at America's southernmost point. Kalae, or the southernmost point of the Big Island of Hawaii, is located out of the Grand Circle Way. It's a side trip that can take an hour or longer if you wish to fish or jump off the cliff.
Season, I'm feeling weary to my bones. I guess that's my reason. I've packed my bags and now I'm gone. Somewhere between the sun and the deep blue sea. That's where we fly. Tanned red, flat out on a beach bed. That's where we fly. Working on my fishing skills in a little boat that I'll rent. Ain't got nothing but time to kill. No vacation's been more heaven sent.
Another thing that the Big Island never fails to display is its diversity, from lush tropical jungles to beaches blanketed with jet black sand and barren lands, vast and empty like untrodden terrains of Texas or Wyoming. The south point of the Big Island is also famous as a cliff jumping area. mostly for daredevils though. The place is too rough and the ocean is too ferocious and unforgiving for the majority of the Big Island's visitors and even locals. Honolulu Black Sand Beach is just one of the peculiar beaches on the Big Island of Hawaii.
Oh, well, I locked the door here.
The black sand here is nothing else but basalt created by lava that flew into the ocean and exploded as it reached a contrasting pool. As an integral part of the Grand Circle route, Honolulu Beach is more popular than some other black beaches on the island. Yet if you choose the right time, normally early in the morning, you can have the entire area all to yourself. Or almost all to yourself if you don't count large Honu, Hawaiian green sea turtles.
Yeah, I see it.
I see one that's still in its shell cup.
We were looking for sea turtles all over Oahu, but fortuitously stumbled upon them on the Big
The
Island.
one that looks like a ball? The one that looks like a ball? That's one of
Not
them.
that one.
By 9 in the morning, when more people popped up, the turtles moved into the ocean, swimming and flapping the surface with their large flippers for a while before disappearing into the big blue. Living, breathing, having its own mind and erupting on its own terms, Hawaii Volcanoes National Parks in the southeastern part of the Big Island is everything you know and don't know.
Why did that volcano erupt for years?
It's naturally given. There's no such thing as why, because dollar lava the lava wants to come outside, yeah? And when the lava wants to come out, that's when the volcano.
For many, it's a place of wonder, where a barren caldera coexists with a lush tropical jungle home to a network of lava tubes. For some locals, it's a sacred place where they go to pray in their deepest distress.
Dear.
It's almost impossible to explore the Big Island's most famous landmark in one day. On one side, the area features a classic depression with narrow trails inside and around it. Hot vapor escapes the underground caverns along the caldera rim and releases fluffy clouds with the strong rotten egg odor. On the other side of the national park, a series of pathways run through the jungle and descend into underground tunnels.
All done?
Yeah, but still going.
Cool. А что, Блиппи тоже здесь был?
Что?
Блиппи тоже здесь был?
Не.
Блиппи здесь был, ты смотрел, Блиппи был здесь.
Да, но я думал, это было другое место.
Но,
Может быть,
ты
это
смотрел
было
там?
в Хавайи, но другое место.
но Блиппи был in Hawaii Volcanoes National Park.
Это был тут?
Да?
Ну, может, ну, он пошел внутри кейв.
И мы идем туда.
Мы там идем.
Мы туда идем.
Oh la la.
Блиппи только видел.
I feel like this is the coolest place amongst.
It's like eating ice cream, right?
I know you like it. What are you gonna do? What we gonna do? We're gonna go to the cave one more time?
Скоро машину пойдем.
Да.
Если ты так будешь делать, мы немножко долго будем. Надо быстро делать.
No, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park is not Yellowstone. Yet these active volcanoes stretch their boiling hot lava hands over the southeastern part of the Big Island every 2-3 years, probably to instill awe and showcase their power. The Waipi'o Valley is rightfully considered one of the most spectacular places in the state. Access to this resplendent part of the Big Island, however, is suspended to mitigate road conditions.
To fulfill my destiny and unify the islands. And he said that he must build a temple to his war god Puka Inimoku, and upon completion, of course, for there to be a human sacrifice of the highest rank.
To fulfill the prophecy, Kamehameha begins building a heiau, atop lands considered sacred by generations of ruling chiefs. It is called Pu'ukohola, literally translated as Hill of the Whale.
The legacy of Kamehameha the Great and his incontrovertible impact on the history of Hawaii are remembered and celebrated at Pu'ukohola Heiau National Historic Site. One of the largest and last heiau, or temple, built in Hawaii, the place was constructed between 1790 and 1791 to fulfill a historic prophecy. Kamehameha was going to unite the Hawaiian Islands and become the first king.
There are like a lot of baby kids. No, I don't want to walk in this heat.
We ended our self-guided Grand Circle tour of the Big Island where we had started, in Kona. One of the two main cities on the island, Kailua, Kona offers a mix of historic sites, vibrant downtown area, spectacular beaches and abundant marine life.
It's outside rather.
Our first order of business was to find food. With almost an hour flight back to Oahu and the late arrival in Honolulu, it looked like it was going to be both our lunch and early dinner. Later, to burn some calories before boarding our plane, we headed to Kailua Pier, where locals and visitors hang out and kids swim in the water like fish. Watching local kids fishing and plunging into the ocean was contagious, to that point that Dylan insisted on staying on the Big Island.
We have to go.
Yeah, it's fine.
Диланчик, нам пора ехать.
Look, there's so many small fish.
Когда мы опять
Окей. Мы в Лос-Анджелесе, я куплю тебе доску, которой ты ходишь, и мы пойдем там купаться. Договорились?
Snorkeling, watching fish and swimming all day every day. Maybe one day we will make it a part of our lives, and maybe it won't be on the Big Island. But for what it offered us during this trip, we are grateful. I haven't included our adventures in the Hilo area in this video. If you are interested to see this region of the Big Island, check in a week for a new island video.